I am the first to say teaching is one of the most important professions in our society, and we should pay them a whole lot more than we do, as in double. And teachers also don't get close to the recognition they deserve. But the real story today, there is a percentage of teachers who have no business being in a classroom. They are toxic. Look, it's true of all professions: doctors, coaches, cops, counselors. No profession is immune. And hardworking, caring professionals are embarrassed by these bad actors, and they want them gone. They want them gone as bad as anyone. I came across a story the other day that absolutely floored me. I had to do a double take to make sure I was actually reading it right. Everyone remembers those end of school year awards, right? Most likely to succeed, best smile, class clown, harmless fun, a way to bond, and it lifts kids up, gives them attention and notoriety. Well, in one Florida classroom, those fun phrases turned toxic, very toxic. Check out these headlines. Boy branded dictator by woke teacher. Florida teacher labels conservative student, quote, most likely to become a dictator. Florida teacher faces discipline after most likely to become a dictator mock award sparks backlash. So here's what happened. At Gainesville High School, a history teacher didn't hand out the usual awards. Instead, she gave one student a certificate reading, most likely to become a dictator. That's not funny. Let's look at some real dictators. Adolf Hitler, Germany, started World War II, 70 to 85 million deaths worldwide, engineered the Holocaust, 6 million Jews, plus millions of others murdered. Joseph Stalin, Russia, ordered mass executions and imprisonments, millions starved, sent countless citizens to the Gulag camps, estimated deaths 15 to 20 million. Mao Zedong, China, starvation of 30 to 45 million people. The Cultural Revolution unleashed violence, torture, chaos. The student was also mocked as Naziphile and a Hitler sympathizer, not because he was, because he has conservative values. He participates in ROTC and he dreams of becoming a diplomat someday. The teacher later claimed it was lighthearted fun and that the students voted on it. She apologized. The boy's mother came forward at a Florida State Board of Education meeting. She said this joke still pains her son. Now, really? There's supposed to be an adult in the room. This is just such bad judgment. Toxic teachers are not just political bullies. In Baltimore, a teacher threatened to go all Nazi on a Jewish student and made Nazi salutes to him. Now, this is a teacher, so you have to assume that this is an adult that has an education and understands what Nazi is to a Jew. Classmates joined in, yelling, all Jews should die, and 6 million wasn't enough, close quote. The district confirmed it happened. Bad judgment doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not a one-off. That's not education. That's intimidation. You can't tell me these people don't know better. They cannot be that tone-deaf, that insensitive. The only explanation is they must just be so narcissistic they just don't care. They don't think they are accountable. President Trump has launched a probe in Louisiana. River Oaks preschool. 2 teachers recorded 4-year-olds punching each other while they stood by laughing. That's just absolutely disgraceful. And in Indiana, 2nd grade, a teacher allegedly staged a fight club in his classroom, encouraging classmates to beat up a 7-year-old with disabilities. You can't make this up. I'm reading it and I'm thinking, is this AI? Is this made up? So why do these incidents matter? Well, confidence in schools is already in a free fall. According to Gallup, only 26% of Americans say they have a great or fair amount of confidence in public schools. I wonder why. That's near historic lows. Teacher quality is declining. In 2022, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, 163,000 public school teachers, roughly 5% nationwide, were working without full certification. And here's another shocker. In some states, you need more hours of training to cut hair than to substitute teach. Think about that. There's more oversight for somebody that's going to give you a haircut than for the person shaping your child's mind. The hell are we thinking? Seriously? Teachers are supposed to mold minds, not break spirits. They're supposed to guide our young people through the maze and educate, not degrade. They're supposed to nurture your child. They're supposed to nurture their minds, not normalize abuse. And the vast majority do. That's the problem. That's what I said in the beginning of this, that most of the teachers, professionals, want these bad actors out worse than anybody does because it reflects on them. The vast majority of teachers are dedicated, hardworking professionals that would never endorse this behavior. And they need to speak up, and you need to pay attention to what is going on in your child's classroom. If you are a teacher, then you need to recognize that you're dealing and facing problems in your profession. You have to deal with this. There are problems. There are struggles. You can't bring those into the classroom. If you are crippled mentally or emotionally, Florida, Baltimore, Louisiana, Indiana, 4 classrooms, 4 teachers, 4 different ways children were betrayed and psychologically abused. Shame on those masquerading as teachers. Those students were not inspired. They were not protected. They were mocked, threatened, filmed, and beaten. Schools are supposed to be sanctuaries, but when teachers turn toxic, classrooms become playgrounds for abuse. And who picks up the tab for that? Your children do. Your job as a parent is to get involved and make sure it doesn't happen to your child or anyone else's child. The only way to do that is to know your child's teachers. And not in an accusatory way. You don't want to go in there and cross-examine them. You don't want to go in there in a policing way. What you want to do is offer to help. And trust me, they will welcome sincere offers of support unless they have something to hide. If you go in there with a willing spirit and say, listen, how can I help? And you come into the classroom, you get to know the principal, the vice principal, the counselors, the cafeteria workers. You volunteer every way you can. And you say, well, Dr. Phil, I work 50 hours a week. I can't do that. Then create an online relationship in the evenings, FaceTime with these people. Make sure you get copies of the curriculum. Talk to your children about what's going on in class. Know what's going on. You can be involved in some way. Don't be in the dark. You need to be involved in your child's education to know that they're being educated and not intimidated, to know that they're being valued. Know that the teachers are staying in their own lane. And know that they're qualified. Get their names, look them up, know what's happening. If you work, do it in the evenings. But these are your children, and teachers spend 40% of your child's waking hours in their presence. Make sure you know what's going on. That's your job, and that's the real story. Wherever you're getting The Real Story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, when life gets hectic and stress starts stacking up, it's easy to overlook one of the body's most important minerals, magnesium. That's why I take Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers. It's a premium formula that combines 7 forms of bioavailable magnesium along with vitamin B6 and humic and fulvic acids to help optimize absorption. Magnesium Breakthrough supports relaxation, deeper sleep, stress resilience, and muscle recovery, and even helps maintain healthy heart and bone function, all from one simple supplement. It's all natural, free from synthetic additives and made to support your body from head to toe. So get ready to unwind, rest better, and keep your energy balanced, and try Magnesium Breakthrough. Visit bioptimizers.com/Dr. Phil and use promo code Dr. Phil for 15% off and 25% off during Black Friday. Because when your body gets the right kind of magnesium, everything just works better.